Affirmation Buddies. Written by Meetul Bark. Read by No One and Nobody. Magical Music Theory.
Hey, are you feeling okay, Sunset?
Miss Shimmer, you've been awfully quiet today. I trust you're paying attention to the lesson.
Man, Sunset, you don't look so good. Something bothering you? Questions of concern bombarded Sunset all throughout the morning. Ever since the incident with her locker, she tried her best to proceed through the day like normal. However, she found this to be increasingly difficult, with Discord breathing down her neck at all times. Sure, he didn't cause any disruptions during her classes, but that only made her more uneasy. Despite her attempts to maintain a stiff upper lip and pretend that nothing was wrong, everyone could tell that she was on pins and needles. She breathed a muted sigh as she walked over to the music room, with her guitar slung over one shoulder and her backpack slung over the other. When she entered, she found that her other friends had already begun setting up. A series of low twangs resonated around the room as Applejack tuned her bass, while Fluttershy was going over some music with Rarity and Pinkie Pie. Oddly enough, though, Rainbow Dash was nowhere to be seen. Sunset walked in and cleared her throat.
Ahem. Huh? Oh, howdy, Sunset, said Applejack with the tip of her hat. How's it going? Hard to say, said Sunset, looking around the room. Where's Rainbow Dash? She's usually not late for practice like this. It is quite strange, isn't it?
Rarity mused, knitting her brow.
Well, I'm sure she just got held up somewhere. She should be along any minute now.
Fluttershy fiddled with her tambourine and looked down at Sunset's pocket.
Sunset? Is he still here? As far as I know, said Sunset with a sigh. He's been pretty quiet since classes started. But every time I check the book, it still gives me that chaos interference notification.
Pinkie shrugged.
Well, at least he hasn't been doing anything evil, right? That's a good thing, isn't it? I guess, said Sunset, setting her bag off to the side. Still, I can't help but worry that he's up to something. Maybe he is, said Pinkie. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad something. It doesn't mean it's a good something either, said Fluttershy tersely. She then cast her eyes downward and started fiddling with her tambourine again. Oh, I hope he doesn't ruin our rehearsal. This is our only chance to practice before the concert tonight, and we have to make it count.
Sunset forced a smile and placed a hand on Fluttershy's shoulder.
Don't worry, Fluttershy. We all know how much this concert means to you, and none of us plan on letting you down.
Applejack looked up at the clock and scowled.
Okay, this is starting to get ridiculous. What's taking her so long? Hey, guys!
As if on cue, Rainbow Dash burst in through the door with her blue guitar on her back. She took a moment to wipe some sweat from her brow and catch her breath.
Oh, my stars, darling! You look absolutely ragged!
Rarity exclaimed.
What happened?
Rainbow Dash took one final deep breath before answering.
I got held up in the locker room at swim class. I had to jog all the way up here as soon as I got changed. Oh, my,
gasped Fluttershy.
Did you get in trouble with Miss Firefly? I heard she can be very scary. Kinda, said Rainbow Dash, brushing the back of her head sheepishly. I didn't mean to, though. It was Sonata that got me in trouble.
Sunset perked up.
You mean one of the sirens? What was she doing?
Rainbow Dash shrugged.
She was going on and on about the world being in danger, and then we had to stop it. But that's really all I could understand. She first tried to get my attention while Miss Firefly was giving instructions, and we both had to do double laps because of it. But when I tried to ask her about it in the locker room, she said she couldn't tell me for some weird reason. I don't know. She was just acting so strange the whole time.
Pinkie's eyes widened.
You mean you actually got one of those girls to talk to you? I've been trying to befriend them all week, but every time I try, they just want nothing to do with me. Well, we did kind of humiliate them at the Battle of the Bands, darling,
said Rarity.
It wouldn't be out of the ordinary for them to hold a grudge against us for that. What I want to know is what she meant by the world being in danger,
said Sunset, furrowing her brow and tapping her chin.
That never seemed to be a concern for the sirens before, especially since they were trying to take over.
Got any ideas what she could be talking about? Asked Applejack. Sunset nodded.
There's only one explanation I can think of. I think someone has some explaining to do.
She then took out her cell phone and turned it on. Sure enough, Discord was still there. He was wearing some blue coveralls and had a paint roller in his paw. The phone's background had been completely changed, from Sunset's symbol to a stained glass picture of Discord having a therapy session with Twilight Sparkle. Using his snake tail, Discord rolled up a bit of wallpaper that covered the last of Sunset's old background, humming a little tune to himself as he worked. Sunset suppressed a groan and cleared her throat noisily.
Let the rainbow remind you. Oh, Sunny, hey,
said Discord cheerfully.
How's everything?
Sunset glowered.
First of all, if you're going to live on my phone, I'd appreciate if you stopped messing with my settings.
Discord looked over at his handiwork.
You don't like the color?
He asked.
I could go with something else if you'd like.
It was fine the way it was, Discord,
Sunset growled. Discord sighed.
Well, excuse me for getting bored in here,
he grumbled. With a snap of his fingers, the background reverted to normal.
So that's probably not the reason you called. What can I do you for, Sunny?
Just answer me this, said Sunset. Did you talk to anyone else in this world before you came to me?
Discord's brow crinkled as he twirled his goatee around his finger.
Now that you mention it, I did get a bit lost when I first got here. I ended up in this rundown apartment where these 3 girls were staying. I remember them being very unhelpful, actually.
Unhelpful?
They were just gawking at me in stunned silence, refusing to give me direction,
said Discord, folding his arms.
Quite rude of them, I must say. You'd think they'd never seen a Draconequus before.
Maybe because they haven't,
said Rainbow Dash, rolling her eyes.
Actually, that might not be it, said Sunset. Discord, do you remember what these girls looked like?
Not off the top of my head, I'm afraid,
Discord replied. Pinky stroked her chin for a moment.
Hang on a sec.
She then reached into her backpack and pulled out a piece of paper with some crayons. After a few minutes of scribbling, she held up a crude stick figure drawing of the sirens.
Did they look like this?
She asked. Discord poked his head out of the phone to get a better look at the drawing. He narrowed his eyes and stroked his chin for a few seconds before a light bulb appeared over his head.
Yes, that's them,
he said with a nod.
I thought as much, Sunset sighed. Discord, why didn't you tell me that you bumped into the sirens last night?
Discord gave Sunset a bemused look.
What do you think I'm going to say, Sunny?
I don't know, that I didn't ask.
A loud buzzing sound came from Sunset's phone.
So sorry, but that's incorrect,
said Discord, holding up a card.
The correct answer is I didn't know that they were the sirens. Thanks for playing, though.
Wait, you mean you know about the sirens?
Asked Rainbow Dash.
I don't know them personally, but I've heard of them,
said Discord absently.
Though I've always wondered where they ended up after Starswirl the Bearded put an end to their shenanigans.
Hold on, weren't you in stone when the sirens tried to rise to power?
Asked Sunset, raising an eyebrow.
Being turned to stone does not render me unaware of everything that goes on around me, Sunny,
Discord responded.
So they were banished to this world, eh?
Pretty much, said Sunset. Starswirl thought this was a safe place to send them, seeing as this world doesn't have magic for them to steal.
She then sighed and cast her eyes downward.
Or at least it didn't.
A sly smirk crossed Discord's face.
A statement that cryptic usually has a story behind it. Care to share, Sunny? There's no point in hiding this stuff from me anyway.
Sunset sighed.
Just over a week ago, they found out that I had brought equestrian magic into this world. They wanted to steal that magic and regain their power. Yeah, but we totally whooped their butts thanks to you,
said Rainbow Dash, putting an arm around Sunset. Sunset blushed and cast her eyes downward.
Huh. So they also tried to take over, only to be stopped by friendship,
Discord mused. His expression then brightened.
Wait, that means they can be my friends too. Oh, this keeps getting better and better. Now instead of one friend who understands me, I have 4.
Actually, the sirens haven't been very interested in making friends lately, said Sunset. In fact, they still hold a grudge against us for defeating them.
Discord slumped over and gave Sunset a deadpan look.
Why do you feel the need to ruin my fun like that, Sunny?
Because when you have fun, the rest of the world usually suffers for it,
said Sunset bluntly.
Besides, from what Rainbow Dash tells me, they're afraid of you.
Well, all the more reason for us to extend the olive branch, then,
said Discord, his eagle arm turning into an olive branch.
I've found that it's amazing what you can do with a little bit of kindness.
Hey! Don't you say that sometimes, Flutters?
Asked Pinky. Fluttershy shuffled her feet sheepishly.
I guess? But I don't know. We did kind of destroy their magic. Actually, we didn't, said Sunset in a matter-of-fact tone. Raw magical energy works like any other forms of energy. It can't be destroyed. You can only decrease its quality. The sirens still have magic in them, just like every other pony in Equestria. They just can't use it without their pendants.
I hate to break in on this little spiel, but didn't we come here to practice? Inquired Applejack, arching an eyebrow.
AJ's right, guys,
said Rainbow Dash, testing her guitar.
We can worry about this later. Right, sorry,
Sunset apologized.
I guess we got a bit carried away.
She then set her phone down on the piano and gave Discord an "I'm watching you" gesture.
You'd better not mess this up.
I wouldn't dream of it,
said Discord. In a flash, he appeared on the piano and sprawled himself out. I'd hate to ruin what's sure to be a magnificent performance. Sunset gave Discord one final glare before joining her friends.
All right, what should we play first? Let's go with Shine Like Rainbows,
suggested Fluttershy. No objections here, said Applejack with a shrug. Rainbow Dash?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea,
Rainbow Dash said with a nod. The others concurred as well. Discord flipped over onto his stomach, head on his hands as he watched the Rainbooms about to perform. Pinkie raised her sticks into the air.
1, 2, 3, 4!
The Rainbooms launched right into their song, Discord's tail swishing side to side, keeping in time with the rhythm as warmth filled his chest. He could almost feel the friendship radiating off the 6 girls as they played. Everything about the song moved him in some way, from the bass line established by Applejack to the alluring sound of Fluttershy's voice. He was just about to get entirely lost in the music when something peculiar caught his attention. Right at the bridge of the song, the girls changed. Small glowing nubs sprouted out of their heads. As their hair grew longer, the nubs were revealed to be tiny pony ears. Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy barely even flinched as a set of wings grew out of each of their backs. In fact, none of the girls seemed to pay this transformation any mind at all. They just continued to play, their long ponytails flowing behind them. Discord rubbed his eyes in disbelief and blinked a few times. He opened his mouth to say something, but he was rendered entirely speechless by the spectacle. Finally, the song came to an end.
That was awesome, guys!
Rainbow Dash cheered.
We're gonna rock this concert tonight!
We sure are, said Sunset with a smile.
Actually, I really feel a lot better now.
She then looked over at Discord and tilted her head.
Discord? Are you okay?
Discord gulped. I know you're probably going to blame me for this, but I assure you I did not do anything. Sunset blinked.
Wait, blame me for what?
This! Discord snapped his fingers, and a wall of mirrors appeared in front of the Rainbooms. Pinkie Pie giggled.
Oh, you don't have anything to worry about there, Mr. Discord,
she said.
That's supposed to happen.
Discord did a double take. It is.
Yep, happens every time we play.
Discord slithered around the entire group, observing them from every angle. My, this human world has a few surprises that I'm not privy to.
It's not a human thing, I assure you,
said Sunset.
But apparently, music can be used in this world in order to channel equestrian magic.
That would explain the vibe I got from you as you played, said Discord with a warm smile. You 6 really are close friends, aren't you?
That's what makes our magic so strong,
said Sunset, smiling back.
And it's something that you can't defeat.
Nor do I wish to, said Discord. Of course, you just think I'm lying about it.
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, Discord,
Sunset quipped. And I shall provide that evidence in due time, said Discord solemnly. So, how exactly does this work? Sunset raised an eyebrow.
You really think I'd tell you?
Discord sighed. Come on, Sonny. Throw me a bone here, will you? Just on the off chance that I'm actually telling the truth. His eyes then turned into those of a puppy dog as he stared right at Sunset and clasped his mismatched hands together. After a pause, Sunset heaved a sigh of her own.
Okay, fine. But this better not come back to bite me,
she warned. If it does, you can do with me what you wish, said Discord with a bow. Sunset rolled her eyes and cleared her throat.
Anyway, as I said, our magic is channeled through the music we play,
she explained.
There are 3 factors that go into how powerful that magic is. Quality, passion, and of course, friendship. The closer our bonds are, the better we sound, and the more effort we put in, the more magic we show. Of course, friendship is the most powerful factor of all.
Yawn!
Rainbow Dash hollered, casting her gaze upward.
Seriously? I forgot how much of an egghead you are sometimes.
Sunset shot Rainbow Dash a glare.
Hey, I'm not an egghead. I'm well educated.
Translation, egghead,
Rainbow Dash retorted. When she noticed the other members of the band giving her cold glares, she hastily cleared her throat.
egghead is bad or anything.
Just then, a buzzing sound came from Sunset's backpack. Curious, Sunset walked over and opened it up. Much to her surprise, the magic book was glowing and vibrating.
I thought you said that there book was out of commission,
said Applejack.
I thought it was,
said Sunset, scooping it up. She set the book down on the piano and opened it up. Everyone gathered around her as she read the message aloud.
Dear Sunset Shimmer, I'm sorry this message has taken so long to reach you, but it appears that Discord's magic is creating some sort of potato. Luckily, I managed to cast a signal boosting spell that will hopefully get through. As you're probably aware, Discord has been freed. Queen Horseytime felt that his power could benefit Kuala Lumpur, so she decreed that he was to be reformed. Believe me, I was waffle of this myself, but through Fluttershy the Beastmaster's help, and a valuable bread from me, he has fully embraced the magic of friendship. Even so, he still has a lot to onion, just like you, darling. He felt that the best course of actung was to find some pony who could relate to him on a personal stage. I told him about you, and he right left before I could tell him that you didn't know about his reformation. I'm showing you this now to say that you can muster him. You just need to have a bit of pancake with him. Again, he's still learning the chipmunk. Hope to listen from you soon, Princess Twilight Sprinkle.
A heavy silence fell over the room as they all stared at the book. Rarity was the first to speak up.
Would anyone care to translate?
She asked.
Sorry, I don't speak chaos,
said Sunset, knitting her brow.
However, from what I can make out, Twilight does seem to be vouching for you.
Told ya, Discord said smugly.
Hang on, buddy,
said Rainbow Dash, raising her hand.
Didn't we already establish that we can't trust the book because you can manipulate it?
Discord snickered. You give me too much credit, Rainbow Dash. Trust me, if I was messing with you, I would not be this subtle.
And I suppose we just have to take your word on that,
said Sunset, placing her hands on her hips. It would help, yes, Discord said, crossing his mismatched arms. You really are a tough nut to crack, Sonny.
Well, that's because I don't want to end up losing what I have,
Sunset retorted. Right, yes, you've made that abundantly clear, said Discord with a sigh. Listen, I'm just going to pop off for a bit. I need some time to think.
Not so fast,
Sunset snarled.
I still don't know if I can trust you.
And you may never know with that attitude, Discord shot back. If I'm going to earn your friendship, I need to break this rigid mindset of yours. Besides, friends should give each other their space when need be. Sunset pinched the bridge of her nose and groaned.
Please stop making me look like the bad guy here. You're the legendary tyrant, not me.
And you tried to become a legendary tyrant in your own right. What's your point? Discord countered. Sunset's eye twitched.
That comparison is really starting to get on my nerves, Discord. Knock it off!
All right. Sheesh, said Discord, shaking his head. I really thought you'd be more happy to find a friend who understands what you've been through, Sonny. I know I am. With that, he snapped his fingers and disappeared. Sunset let out a great sigh.
He's going to be the death of me,
she mumbled.
There, darling,
said Rarity, patting Sunset on the back.
I'm sure it'll be all right. We have Twilight's seal of approval, after all, I think. Even if we don't, we can still keep that guy in line just like before,
said Rainbow Dash proudly.
We're here for you, Sunset, no matter what Discord does.
Sunset smiled.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
And we appreciate you, Sonny,
said Pinky with a goofy grin.
Okay, so what are we playing next?
The girls resumed their practicing, and Sunset did her best to keep up. All the while, however, her worries about Discord remained in the back of her mind.
I hope you're right about him, Twilight,
she thought.
For my sake.